Hello, welcome back. So, are you done knitting yet? Hopefully you should be. You want to have between 13 and 16 inches total in length. And the reason I can't give you an exact amount of rows or an exact amount of length in inches is because everybody knits a little differently, and you need some yarn left over to cast off with and do just a little bit of seaming. If, however, you want to cast off with another color, then go ahead and knit up just about all of your ball of yarn. So you're going to need about 60 inches of yarn to cast off and seam up, which seems like a lot, but it's really not. See, this is about 120 inches right here, and yes, I did measure it all out, which seems a little crazy, but if you just look at it like this. So that's what I'm saying, is that when you're knitting, you need to leave yourself enough. So about 13 or 14, maybe 15, 16 inches in length. I wish I could tell you an exact amount. It all depends. This one over here is a little longer because I used that different color to cast off. So I just knit up all of the yarn that I could. And you are certainly welcome to do that. You know, you could just have fun with it if you're a beginner and you don't have the yarn available to you, like I have so much to choose from here, then take the yarn that you bought and go to the store, and you can use another color to cast off, and then with the rest of the yarn you can make another one and just make it a little bit shorter, or make a hat, or do something, because now you know how to knit, right? So I'm not going to show you how to cast off with a different color, but it is the same thing. You just hold the other color, and here I'm going to show you how to cast off, so I'll talk about it as I'm doing this. Okay, so you're all done, right? Here we go. Let's cast off. So you're going to do what you've been doing right along, like you were going to knit. Actually, you do knit the first stitch. So knit the first stitch, and if you were putting another color on, instead of wrapping, oh, wait a minute, I'm on the wrong side. If you were putting another color to do the different color cast off, this is where you would do it. You put your needle in, and then you would just make a little loop and put the new color on, and literally just start knitting with a different yarn. There's nothing to it. And then you'll tie it together a little bit and just button it down at the end. That's all. It's super easy. There's one thing though, you have to have the same thickness yarn, and this yarn is very thick. So when you bring it to the store, it has to be the same thickness, even a little bit thicker if possible. It can't be thin yarn, it will not come out right. Okay, so go ahead and knit your first stitch per usual. There we go. Knit your second stitch halfway here, go around. Actually, no, knit the whole thing. What am I saying? So here you go, you have 2 stitches here. Now to cast off, you're going to grab this stitch. I'm just going to show you here. Let me put that down. So here's like that. Here we go. Grab this first stitch, and loosely you're going to pull it right over. Keep it loose. Again, keep it loose. Okay? Do it again. Knit another stitch. And I guess the real way to do it is with your needle here, is insert your left hand needle into the front of that stitch, always closest to your right hand here, and pull it over that other stitch. Keep it a little bit loose, give yourself some room, do it again, and you're going to do this all the way across. Keep going, pull it over. Something I always do is, I'll show you in a second, pull it over, is I take my edge here and I just pull it like this. That way you know, is it too loose, is it too tight? And it just tells you, because believe it or not, you sort of want it to match your cast on edge. Doesn't matter so much in this pattern, but in other patterns it would. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing this all the way across, and you keep doing yours across, and I'll show you what to do with the last one. with this chunkier yarn, I tend to just use my fingers to pull it up and over. Can't do that when you have skinny yarn. There. Also, tugging a little bit on this right hand needle after you pull it over is what's going to make it looser, giving yourself some more slack there, because a cast on edge can be extremely tight if you're not careful. For certain things like the top of socks, you do something called a stretchy cast off, or else it's like, oh, it's very tight. It's a bummer. I made a pair of socks like that and then I cast off and it was so tight and I was like, oh no. Okay, so here's my last one. Okay, pull that over. Pull that up, so now you have this loop here. Cut your yarn. Take some scissors. Cut it. And now you're just going to stick that through the loop. Don't just pull it because that will unravel it, but just stick it through here and then make it tight right here. There we go, and you're done. Almost. One more little thing to do at the end. So here we go. Just one rectangle. And I'll be right back for the last video.